Happy Friday, Saturday. It's one or the other. It's probably going to be Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Okay, so we're going to do a few emails, go over a few more. The same old, same old. I mean, I'll give you my opinion on why I think Gypsy is going so hard about rewriting her book because she does want more attention and why she's speaking so much about it and going off on people wanting to believe her narrative and that she just wasn't aware and why her stories are inconsistent and etc. etc. But first, I want you to see this video that Night Convo shared. And this is when Ken and Gypsy went to Universal Studios. When she went to SFS, San Francisco State, SFSU. Remember? She got made fun of. They were very nice to her face, but then she gets up the next morning and sees what they posted and she's crying. Because really, Gypsy, that's how your whole life is going to be. Other than the people that sit there and lie to your face that really just want you for views. Because if you notice, even Brie is like, our show, I mean, well, her live, she calls it her show. And honestly, I think that Brie is trolling us too. I mean, I'm going to show you a piece of a live. I don't know if she is doing something. Makes sense to me. I'm not going to say one way or the other. I don't really care. But let's look at this live, this video really fast, and then I'll go into explaining the rest. Now, this is Night Convos, and she's sharing this from a TikTok account called Lottie. I've seen Lottie on TikTok too. So let's just watch it really quick. Did you see that? So let me explain what that was. They went to Universal and they're going through like I guess like a haunted or I don't know, something like that in Universal where it's scary, people are jumping out at them or something, and Ken tries to do a jump scare. And that's her response. Ah! Just like it showed right there in the bottom of that video. Let's watch it one more time. Oh my God.
Look at that fist, that left hand.
Just the exact
Okay,
same
now
motion she
looking
did
at
in
it
that.
one more
The
time
exact
without the
same
sound on
motion.
it, take a look at the bottom half of the video.
It's the exact same
Notice
thing.
that. This is a clip from the instructional video that Gypsy made for.
So what she's saying, Lovey, is saying that it is the exact same thing that she did in the instructional video for Nick. I don't have the volume turned up on that very high just because I wanted you to see it. So I did turn it up here in case, now I just wanted to show you that really quick because it is very, very, very twinky dinky, right? And I want to show you some things on the Snark Reddit. I haven't been able to do, like, the past 2 days, I've got to see very few videos. I've not even hardly got to get on YouTube. I just seen this last night going to bed because they post late like me. So, um, I watched this falling asleep and I was like, interesting. Crazy, right? Crazy. Yes, it is. Okay, one more thing. Okay, so this is on the Reddit, and this is from Gypsy's I think Facebook. I think it's on Facebook and her TikTok. I don't know, but Gypsy posted it. It's Facebook, sorry. And she said this, and we'll go over a few comments she left. I really, it says. The memory loss from deep depression and trauma is not talked about enough. It's not just forgetting small things, it's losing chunks of your own life. whole days, months, even years blur together because your brain was too busy surviving to record them. This isn't hers. It's from a quote off of Facebook. Obviously, we know that, right? And I'm not, I made a mistake. I shouldn't group everybody's trauma in as the same because it's not going to be the same, right? My traumas are, I'm very still, where she's like, oh, that was 10 years ago. Get over it. 10 years ago seems like yesterday to me. You know, stuff that triggers me, that scares me, that I'm an extra paranoid person now. That's me. Not every victim, let me just say this, not every victim is going to be the exact same way as me. I just see zero triggers with her from zero trauma. Zero. Um, I want to share a video Ashley Baby did. And also, I seen here on Reddit, um, I think Becca and Laurie are doing a docu-series. I don't know. I'm kind of out of the loop the past 2 days, so I feel horrible because I really don't know if that's true. I hope so. Um, Let me show you. Hold on 1 second. Okay, got it. So she's going to go over, and if you look at 2 videos back of mine, I go over a ton of lies and discrepancies with Gypsy. You know, all my videos do. Also, somebody asked me if Bree was talking about me. Well, they call her Bro. Was Bro talking about me in her live about the DoorDasher? First of all, 10 years ago, DoorDash wasn't even 2014. DoorDash wasn't even on the East Coast. It was only in California. It started coming to the East Coast in 2015, but um, it was only like Washington, New York, major cities, and it was only a few. It didn't pick up until a few years later. And at that time, I wasn't door dashing. I had just separated from a 19-year marriage, and I was looking for a house. So I went to rent a house. I thought I was set up. That's not what happened. And the door dasher that they were speaking about, and Bree said she didn't want to talk about it. And I don't know if the person that left the comment was, because they, was, they asked if the DoorDasher bro didn't want to talk about that was essayed about you, LOL. First, I don't think it's funny. I think that was kind of inappropriate, honestly, to say to me. But that's just me. See where I say trauma affects different people? That's my trauma, right? Again, I wasn't door dashing then. I just started door dashing a few years ago. Um, that's what I have to do now. Also, it is all over TikTok. I haven't even been on TikTok and I've seen it all over YouTube, TikTok. Everybody's talking about it. Where a DoorDasher went into this man's home when she was directed to leave his food at the door. She opened this man, well, his door was cracked open. She went into the house, pushed the door further open, and videotaped this man who was undressed in the privacy of his own home. He was asleep, probably drunk, if anything. That's all I know. Maybe he left his door cracked so he could hear. I don't know. Who knows? The guy was probably drunk. That's all I know. He instructed her to leave his food at the door. She gets fired from DoorDash and goes on, I mean, a tirade of just nonstop videos because she wants to go viral. I almost feel like it's fake at this point, the way she is, because she's yelling I was SA and I get fired. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Like losing a full-fledged meltdown because she saw this man undressed. First of all, you shouldn't have been in his house. You shouldn't even went in his door. You're not supposed to. I don't know why she would do that. Second, if I saw anything, like I don't look in people's houses, I don't step foot in people's houses. I literally set that food down, take that picture, and I'm gone before I even hit done. And if I have to hand it to them, I hand it to them, and then I instantly leave. Done. Right? Okay, 1 second. My kitty cat was very demanding. He needed a treat, but I hand it to him. I leave. I'm not hanging around. I am very relieved when people just want me to leave it at their door because why? I don't want to meet somebody that possibly isn't, nice or that could be bad. Do you know that 2 years ago they put a time here in there when I was in Tampa? You couldn't work past 8 o'clock because there were back to back. I do more than DoorDash. I don't just DoorDash. I do whatever is busier, Instacart or DoorDash, right? And there were 3 attacks in a week there. One guy was completely butchered, was less than a mile from his home in the neighborhood he lived in and everything on his last delivery. He didn't even make it home. A girl was lured to the hotel. Those are the scariest for me. I will go do FaceTime with my son, have my taser with me, and I have mace too, but I keep the taser on. Um, Going through hotels, and I try not to work at dark, but this happened in broad daylight with these attacks. So, you know, there's that. This is why I was saying, just like Gypsy, using people's traumas, like Gypsy, saying people rape her and they haven't. She's lied about it 3 times, but yet, you know, you should believe everything she says. Not to mention, we'll get into that, but this is what I mean when people laugh off victims and survivors of these things because it's always just made fun of. It's laughed about. It's so easily. I truly feel like people who falsely accuse people of rape should be charged with something. I do not support that girl, the DoorDasher. I totally think that man's rights were violated 1,000%, and she should have been banned from DoorDash. And I hope nobody helps us. I don't think it went the way she thought it was going to go, but full, complete meltdown, yelling, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, just like Gypsy Rose does. So I would assume that's what Bria was talking about, not me. Um, and my situation isn't funny. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't that whole situation. I almost feel like it has to be a skit at this point. That's how ridiculous this girl is. Like, is this a joke, a skit that she's doing just for views? My life isn't for views. Not that part of it, anyways. Definitely not about that. So, again, I shouldn't lump trauma all into one thing because you see how my reaction is to that. I don't know what that person meant, but I do know I'm getting, I mainly delete the troll comments. I could care less about most of them. I delete them and ignore and don't even respond or reply. So there's that. But let's listen to Ashley really fast. I wanted you to hear this from Ashley really fast because she has, I pointed these out too, but let's talk about it again, right?
She passes away naturally. Like a normal person. I didn't know how long that was going to be. She could have lived to be 70 years old, and at that time I would be too old to do the things that I would want. It really started to weigh out the pros and the cons. Weighing out the pros and cons of murdering your mother is diabolical. Today is June 9th, and it makes 10 years since Gypsy Rose Blanchard helped murder her mother. She committed murder by proxy, by making Nick Godejohn believe that she loved him. She wanted to have a life with him, have children with him. She made Nick believe that she needed freaking saving, when in reality, like the clip said, she couldn't wait for her mom to pass naturally. Even though she told her neighbor Aaliyah her mom had gotten so sick, they hadn't even been really able to do their little movie nights. Her mom was in kidney failure, she had heart problems, diabetes. Yet Gypsy wanted to do what the fuck she wanted to do. Here we go.
Place. If you stood up out of your wheelchair and walked, Dee Dee's fraud would be completely exposed.
I honestly didn't think about that.
It never crossed your mind.
No.
So instead of planning an elaborate escape, you planned a murder.
Yes. That's not what you told Christy, Gypsy. Gypsy told Christy, there are some things Mom said that people wouldn't forgive me for, or forgive us for. And according to Christy, that was one of them. So she just did what her mom told her to do because she thought if she got up and walked that people would hate her. And this is right in line with her saying things like in her email, I didn't want to tell my mom I got the feelings back in my leg. She wouldn't love me. Baby Aurora. I just want her to love me. I just want her to forgive me. Gypsy plays dumb like she couldn't plan an escape. She planned a murder for 4 years. She plays like, oh, I didn't know I had the microdeletion. Her dad knew, her mom knew, it's in her medical records. She fucking knew. I'm thinking like, oh my God, did I just do that? What did I just do? That's when I realized it was a feeding tube. Exactly. You did not know it was a BB pew pew. Y'all didn't notice there was a date in the
I want to talk about that so bad that that's glossed over so much that she says three different stories about this, just like she did with the reason that she took her mom's life, which I've showed several times. First, it was because she was going to have the feeding tube replaced. That was the initial reason. Then it wasn't the feeding tube, it was her larynx was getting cut on. Well, we proved with medical records she didn't even have an ENT appointment scheduled to go to. She canceled it a month before she took her mother's life. 1 month before she took her mother's life. um, and then said, it was the feeding tube and the larynx. And then recently, she goes on to say it's the con that it wasn't her. Well, guess what? Ashley's going to speak about this con that Gypsy was aware of because she tells Nick about it. She tells Nick that she's in that wheelchair so people feel sorry for her, so that people will give them money. Just like she said, I didn't tell my mom I could walk because I didn't want to lose the attention and the love. Let me tell you, Gypsy is very smart. And Nicholas, he's not. And hearing about Nicholas coming, to help her, I didn't know that, and this is from the Foyas, from what I heard. I don't know if it was I might have heard Becca talk about it a few days ago in her live. I can't remember where I heard it now, but I do think it was Becca. I don't know, but I do think it was Becca. Um, where Nick was even told Dee Dee was already like passing, like it was gonna be like this mercy killing, and his lawyer tried to bring that up, and Nick got railroaded. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and also the judge even was concerned about Nick understanding, you know, what was really going on and what was happening to him. So the fact that for me, I feel like and of course that the HBO series gave Nick's trial a disadvantage. His interrogation and the what do you call it whenever anyways, the evidence and the interviews, the packet that he'll get. Oh, hold on a second. I can't remember the name of it. Dang it. Oh, your discovery. Nick hadn't even been to court yet. His discovery was information. His discovery was released from the sorry, I'm having like major brain farts. the the oh my God, I just the public defender's office. Yeah. It wasn't his lawyer specifically, but they released it. They had to have somebody leaked it and somebody had to okay it, and I would assume that was Gypsy, which is really, I don't understand how the public defender's office could allow that when he hadn't been to trial, right? So Nick is swaying whether or not he wants a jury to decide his fate or just the judge, and whether or not he understands that, because the judge asked him and the judge said he's concerned that his client, the Nick, didn't understand what that meant, because when he asked him if he understood what it meant having, a jury trial, he said yes. Because he would like to go somewhere like Kansas or Chicago or somewhere like that where murders happen all the time and this would just be no big deal. Like this was written in, I didn't get to see it. I was listening, so I don't know, but I'm positive this is from Becca's. I know it has to be from Becca's Live. Um, and this is from the new FOIA documents. And I don't have those, so only a few people do. And I have shared some of Hello Starlights that she's read, and I do have someone coming into my comment section telling me that me sharing what I'm reading, I mean, from Hello Starlights Live, that it's just gossip. No, she read straight from the documents. She had them on screen. Like word for word, she was reading it and then telling me to ask her where she got them. And I need to go watch other people if I want to learn facts instead of hearsay. You guys, I don't know what is going on. I really don't know what the deal is in the comment section lately with a few commenters. I don't know. If somebody's sharing FOIA documents and I'm listening, I don't have them. Like I said, only a very few handful of people do. um, uh, Only a few people do. What is shared, I'm going to share what they share. I'm not just going to put up the hearsay. It's not hearsay when I'm sharing what the interviews the cops had with Christy and Rod and Laura and Dee Dee's dad, all these family members. That was all from Nick's court documents and his FOIA documents. Now that he lost his appeal to the habeas, well, I guess it wouldn't be an appeal, but his petition for habeas corpus was denied. You know, they released some of those documents, and some creators have them. Some, I don't know how she got them. It's none of my business how she got them. Um, Hopefully we all can see them soon. I've asked if anybody wants to send them to me, please. But if they don't want to share them, they don't have to. I really don't understand why. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if certain creators paid for them by themselves. I've seen on Reddit that one of Becca's commenters was going to pay for every 250 videos that Gypsy did. She already paid and filed for them. I can't afford to do that. I would love to. Love to. Do you know how much Into the Weeds paid? It was like $3,000. And if you watch a lot of true crime, it is very expensive getting the FOIAs. I didn't realize how expensive it is. It is public information, but you have to pay for it. And especially bigger, like nationwide stories, you're gonna pay more. That's so I can't get upset if somebody doesn't want to share something they pay for and they want to get that information out first. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I I appreciate and I follow and watch everybody. Anybody that has a gypsy video, I will watch it, like it. Everybody. I will give everybody that view. I might not be able to comment on every single video because I don't have a lot of time. Because I try to comment back to you guys. My focus is my subscribers and me commenting back and forth to you guys, us chit-chatting, us having a conversation. That's my first priority always, and it always will be. So, a lot of times I'm watching the videos and replying back to you guys while I'm doing the replies over my little corner on my phone. I'm watching the video from that. I don't know anything about that. I do not want to be drug into that. I don't want to be drug into drama. That I don't. I do not want to be drug into that stuff. Like I said, I support every creator, big, small, whatever. I do. And it doesn't matter. This is the craziest thing. It doesn't matter who I follow recently. I've had to resub to a ton of people. I subscribe. I don't ever get notifications. Never. I have to go unsubscribe, resubscribe, redo everything just to get notifications coming in again. I don't get any notifications now. Very few that has anything to do with Gypsy. I don't hardly ever get a notification for it. Not even for Becca, I've not been getting them. And I have it set to all because I want to hear what Becca has to say. She has, the most current FOIAs now. I want to know what she has to say, and I can't even get those. So trust me, I'm trying, y'all. Um, but yeah. So I've had that. There's just like a lot of trolling, I think, and I'm not even saying that's trolling. Those aren't troll comments. Um, I understand that there are disagreements with some of the creators. You guys, not everybody's gonna like each other. Like, that's the entire world, though. That's life. That's not everybody's gonna like me, obviously. I had someone comment, I don't understand why you don't get more views, why you're not getting more subscribers than why, people, you're not getting more subscribed because. And they said, other than the obvious reason. What's the obvious reason? Because I don't know. Well, I could tell you on TikTok, I have 134,000 followers there. I used to go viral constantly on TikTok. TikTok, though, if you get reported, they don't check it. You just get a violation. And I had somebody mass report my account for 2 months straight until it was completely taken down. Like, for 3 months, I couldn't even get into that account. And finally, after I did the appeal, finally it was just back up to me. He's like, hey, your account's back. And I'm like, what? Someone messaged me to tell me. And I don't even know how long it had been up, but went back. And ever since then, my views are not the same. I'm shadow banned there. I can't get the views there no matter how good I do the videos, no matter how much work I put into them. I have a few videos that do really well. They're just silly little random, it's the most random things. And if I put anything in about this, zero views hardly. And I'm getting reported nonstop if I just post over there about this. So I don't know more. I hardly post there. What's the point? What's the point of even doing it? Putting work and time into it when you get reported, I have to appeal it, it goes back, but it's already not going to hit the FYP because if you get every view you get only comes from the FYP. So if I have a follower who gets a notification and goes to my page and watches it, that's not a view. If I just have a random person that's seen a video go to my page and start scrolling through all my videos, that's not a view. It does get counted as a view. It only gets counted if it's watched from the FYP. TikTok's just made it so dumb lately that it's just not fun there anymore. I actually, ugh, I don't like it. I don't even like doing videos there anymore. It's just not fun. Uh, but the biggest takeaway that I will say, I love here 95% of my subscribers are females, and you don't know how happy I am about that because I would do so much to gear my content towards women on TikTok, and I would not get that following it. 89% were men. And I really am so happy that I have more females here. And, I love talking to you guys in the comment section. That's my favorite thing. And to be honest, this is like my outlet. I don't meet people out in public, and I'm like a deer in headlights when I go out and do something. I'm direct. I'm like looking straight ahead. I'm on a mission. I go to it, get it done. People look at me, stare at me, say something. I don't hear them. Don't look at them. Keep going. But I am very nice and polite. I hold doors open for people. I say hello when I do make contact, or if I'm standing in line, like today, I waited 2 hours for my oil change. Offered them to come to me 5 minutes before closing and say, "Oh, I'm sorry you're going to kill us, but we don't have your filter in stock." I wasted my whole evening was wasted. But I had the greatest little chit chats with two people standing in line. Anyways, that was a little rant. Y'all probably gonna get mad at me for a rant. But see, I don't want my videos to be so professional. I want us to be able to chit chat and talk. Hopefully I'll be able to do a members only subscription soon. Maybe if I get more followers, that would like that. And that would be this kind of content. We could talk about anything, anything. And that would be whatever topic y'all want to talk about. I'll pick one and we'll do it for that members only video. And then we'll do it again. And we'll just chit chat like this. And then, of course, we'll do other stuff too. But I'm just saying. Let's finish hearing about this because, like I said, I was off on a rant, but Nick got railroaded. He truly doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. If you remember in his interview with the detective, he was like, I shouldn't be punished if they know it was the only time I'm gonna, you know, kill somebody, and I'm not gonna do it again. I already did it, and it's just this one time. Like, you hear him talking to himself saying this, so he doesn't get it. Gypsy, you knew that. You said it on the stand. He was easily manipulated too. And he didn't get a fair trial. He really didn't. I do think that we're going to see that Gypsy had full control of that relationship, no matter what was said in text from Nick. I guarantee you more is going to come out, and it's going to show us just how in control she was. Nick might have said things in text to appease Gypsy, because I don't even think he understands half the time what he's talking about in the text, because what do you mean, dear? I'm confused, dear. Like, he does not get it. All he gets is that he loves her and he's about to have sex with her. That's it. But then he's so disgusted by what happened, he can't even have sex with her. Okay, I'm sorry, let's finish.
The bottom left-hand corner. 2011, she tried to pew-pew her mom. And lo and behold, there's that dagger. The Chinese dagger her mom kept on the table. In a damn box in that cluttered room. Her mom didn't keep it on no damn table. You know who did have this dagger out? Gypsy, when she went after her mom with it and the BB pew-pew and chased her into the bathroom.
Your medications, and I know that's no excuse.
You're right, Gypsy, that is no excuse. And this is just another one of your lies, ma'am. Just saw you in a damn interview from 2024 talking about it wasn't affecting my mind that night.
Go into more about that financial fraud.
I can't specifically. We know that they received a lot of GoFundMe accounts. There was some other accounts set up and some other things that we're looking into. But as I said at the beginning, things are not always as they appear. But we do know that there just seems to be a long pattern from being in a wheelchair to getting people to assist them with finances and things like that.
So Gypsy was not disabled either?
Well, I can't comment on that specifically right now.
What do you say to people who knew her and Gypsy and are thinking today, this man must have coerced her, this man must be the mastermind?
I'll go back to my first statement. Things are not always as they appear.
Sheriff or not knew what Gypsy was about. He knew she had some salt in the game with her mama. They were in on that con and stuff together. And I like that he mentioned, things aren't what they seem. When she's like, well, did this man, is he the mastermind? He's like, yeah, no, things ain't what they seem, y'all. Don't put it on him. He knew what was up with Gypsy Rose.
You didn't need to be in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Did you ever talk to me about why you were required to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Could you tell the jury why it is that you obtained money as a result of being in a wheelchair?
Because people felt sorry for me.
Why you obtained an advantage for being in a wheelchair? You said people gave you money. And I think my next question is, why did they give you money?
Because they felt sorry for me. They believed the lie. They believed the fraud.
When did you tell Nick about the wheelchair? That you being in a wheelchair?
I think maybe a month or so after we met.
When did you tell Nick that you didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
A year into our relationship.
So if your relationship began in October 2012, it would have been sometime in 2013 that you first told me that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair.
That is correct.
Were you ill during this period of time?
No, sir.
Did you ever tell Nick that you were ill, or that you had illnesses?
I told him that I had illnesses. Yes, sir.
Did you ever tell him that you really weren't ill?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell him you really weren't ill? Tell him you really weren't ill.
The same time that I told him that I didn't need to be in a wheelchair.
Now, how anybody can support Gypsy Rose when she set up on that stand and literally said, I told Nick Dotyjohn a year into our relationship, I don't need a damn wheelchair. And hey, I'm not sick at all. She fucking knew. Like, come on now. She even admits I stayed in the wheelchair. Why? Money. Yes. Sympathy. Wake up. And Gypsy, if it's been 10 years and you don't give a shit, it's in the...
Yeah, and that's it. She doesn't give a crap. It's in the past. It's so 10 years ago. But like that little quote she took off of Facebook and put up there, I don't understand how she's trying to make it seem like she forgot what happened. She's still putting the pieces of her life together. Gypsy, you're not. I can't say it. I'll get in trouble. You lived your life. This is so ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's the fact that we are bringing out facts that are showing she's straight up lying about what she said in her book, in documentaries, in interviews, in podcasts, and she's trying to make an excuse for it. It's just a phone tag game. That was it. All these misunderstandings and misquotes and this and that and this and that. It's because I told one person, then it went through 100 people and it just got misconstrued and all. No, Gypsy. It all came from your mouth. I want to show you something that she posted, and I want to read a couple emails to you. Oh, these emails. Ugh. I want to show you this first. I know I do this all the time to you guys, but here is, and I can't stand it. And the reason why, now you just tell me. Remember on Gypsy's parole party, who we're gonna go celebrate my parole for killing my mama. Yeah, party time, y'all. That's what they did. She's sitting there and she was drinking. She had her drink in her hand. Now it's non-alcoholic. But, and you could tell she was inebriated, but acting like a high schooler who's had that one wine cooler in their hand and so drunk, because they want to look cool. That's how she acted, the way she's going to talk in this. Because people in the live was commenting, they were reporting her because she's supposed to be on the kidney or liver transplant. Stage 4 liver disease, I think it was. Or kidney. I don't know. It's kidney or liver. I don't care. I don't follow her. Just be quiet, Mandy. Just be quiet. It's one of those. And they're not wrong. it should go to somebody who is deserving of it. If she even has it, God, I don't even know the way she acts. I don't know, but listen to her now. This is all going to make sense because people came so hard on her. These people love Gypsy because they're just like her. Just like her.
Hi, everybody. I want to say goodnight. I went to Alicia's party tonight with Bree, Chris Lee,
That ain't how
Bree,
she was acting. A little, but
Lexi, Lou, Leslie, Ken. Let me see Ken. But I was not drinking like everybody else was. I was a designated driver. I can't do that.
this woman is the designated driver of what? Your scooter that you were on the sidewalk in? You're the designated driver who couldn't even walk? Okay, okay, okay.
And I
Lord
know
bless it.
before people were trying to say, oh, it's some sort of she is drinking. I don't care. I don't care. This is how much I care about you. ZERRO. 0. So I'm feeling my fingers in my nose. I just wanted to say goodnight. And before you go to sleep tonight, use some common sense, people. It's free. I swear to God, it's free. Isn't it funny how you can straighten yourself out just like that?
Yeah, it is, Sheena. It is funny how you can straighten yourself just out. That's where she's lying, right there. Isn't it funny how you can straighten yourself out just like that? Yeah, 'cause you wake up when you see, oh crap, they will report me to the transplant, blah, 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 and show this, blah, 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 blah. She made this as a backup. She still looks drunk there. I don't care what she says. Gypsy sat there and rolled her eyes at her. How does that make you feel? Sheena's going to defend it, but she literally goes behind Gypsy and says, I don't know if I told you, I have stage 4 kidney or liver disease, kidney disease. I don't know. Liver disease. I don't know. I don't care. I think it's liver. And Gypsy's like, I know. And looks and even does another weird look. It wasn't a game. It wasn't cute. It wasn't funny to her. You annoyed her. Sheena's seen all those comments and people making on Reddit and on TikTok all these videos of her, and she's like, isn't it funny how you can just, you know, straighten yourself up? Yeah, it is, Sheena. I don't care what she says. She was drinking that night. I seen the drink in her hand. I seen her drinking it. Now she's saying it was non-alcoholic. Whatever. She definitely was drinking. You can tell. Why would you go in there and fake that? I don't know. But some people are saying Bree is faking this. You can listen to it, and the reason why I'm showing this stuff is because it just goes to show what kind of person Gypsy is and the people that she surrounds herself with. And I want to, oh gosh, I'm already getting into, I always ramble too much to y'all. Look how long it is. But, how Gypsy's talking to Rod and begging her to talk to him because he relapsed. And not just a little relapse, Kendo heavy into the relapse. So, I don't know. I'll read that and I'm going to read a couple emails, not the whole thing like normal, but I want to read a couple because it kind of jumped out at me. But let me show you Bree's video really fast. Oh my God. Oh, here's her Operation Cockroach. I said, I feel like she's doing all these, she's double down, tripling down, quadrupling down on her stories. And her little ego is the audacity. Okay, I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you the actual doctor's records of Gypsy lying on her hearing test. She lied in court, she lied to Nick, she lied to a ton of people, but let's watch this video really fast.
You have to look at that doesn't work. Hold on one second. You have to look at that doesn't work. Hold on one second. Oh my god. Uh-oh.
And somebody said, uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's working now. No! What? Dude. She does a good man. She getting the Gypsy's wigs? I'm not going to go any more into this, but do you see? Now here's another one. It sounds like a pipe and then a bunch of. Again, are they trolling us? Who knows at this point? Either way, regardless. And here's another thing, Gypsy. You say you're not a bad mom because CPS was only at your house once, and you and Ken were cleared of the rug allegations. Oh, that wasn't that before the baby was even born? No, they came in April. So she was a few months old. But this was way after when we seen the drinking, because you hadn't been released from parole yet. That's when we saw the whole Star Spangled Hammered the entire time after. After June, July, after July, it was on. It was nonstop. She said Ken was drinking that night. He has never, and Ryan, you said she's a good mom because she would never do that around Aurora. What's the difference in that and them both being drunk? And if he did just hit a vape in the hotel room, because she said he was just drinking that night. He had just had some drinks. He was not doing our rugs. If you're that inebriated around your baby, I'm just saying, somebody needed to be watching the baby while y'all were that inebriated. That's all I'm gonna say. That's common sense. It really is. All right, I want to show you that hearing loss really fast because again, like I'm saying, there's always an excuse. I don't know, they realize they screw up and then they come on and they do these videos. It's annoying. And sometimes I feel like it is for attention because Bree and Sheena, they want to be celebrities. They say that. They want views. Like Bree, well, oh, this is my show. Girl, it's a live. It's a TikTok live. It's not a show. What are you talking about? It's a live. Anywho, they all have a lot in common. And Ken definitely has struggled with his sobriety. I will say that. A lot. From the emails, it is a constant so. And after what I just showed Ryan say that was on Renell's live she called of him. Ryan is just a douche. Point blank period, he just is. He is rude to people, he's not nice to people. He's sitting over there crying and whining about a murderer not loving him. And they had something special. And lets this murderer embarrass and humiliate and drag him. And when he does defend himself, it's just, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. He's scared to death of her. I mean, I would be too, but he is. And he's hoping they get back together. Anywho, let me show you the hearing test. Ashley posted this. I get most of this from Ashley, baby, because I don't have this stuff. 1 second. Okay, so this is where she had her hearing test. And the doctor put in his notes Gypsy was malingering. But he also put she had hearing loss. It's not fake, Gypsy. What was wrong with you in your medical records is true.
Not like anybody has set me down and gone over my medical record with me, explained it to me, and transcribed it in a way that I would understand. So all I can say is I have these memories. First off, Gypsy, I want to talk about your hearing test, ma'am. Hearing test shows mixed hearing loss today. Speech reception threshold was 60 dB on the left and 70 dB on the right. It says Gypsy may in fact have hearing loss. She felt that Gypsy was possibly malingering. Gypsy also told us she had strap and boobies down, but right here the doctor said she had hair down there and breast growth. She also swears that her mom gassed the hell about them symptoms. Right here when her mom was telling them how long it had been since she had a seizure, she said 4 months. When you think if her mom was trying to make her look sick as hell, she'd be like, no man, she had one last week and the week before. But no, Dean was like 4 months ago. Gypsy said her mom and damn starved her, but this doctor right here said Gypsy is small for her age, but had grown steadily. No recent unusual weight loss or weight gain. You also swore up and down that you thought you had cancer when your ass got arrested. Right there it said lymphoblastic leukemia at age 5 and has been in remission since. This is also when she had a bone marrow transplant at 5. Didi was not actively saying Gypsy Rose had cancer. But in the post that Didi made trying to get donations, she never said Gypsy Rose was actively fighting cancer. She said she had a history of acute lymphoblastic leukemia. There's Gypsy real big in that specially made Mandalorian suit. This reports in 2012, the other one's in 2013. Gypsy was treated for ALL at the age of 5 for
Hold on, 'cause I
a
can't hear
year and has been in remission.
I can't over this.
If you want to find out the truth, read through your medical records. Because they ran hella tests on you, and you are answering some of the questions they asked. A lot of your damn medical records are self-explanatory with a shit ton of notes to explain things. Not like
Exactly. And also that whole her mother bandaged down her breast. Well, the doctor just said they were normal. Also, do you know that wrapping your chest is a form of therapy um, for scoliosis? Yes. They wrap you to try to keep your spine straight. I have mild scoliosis. My son has it. And that is 1000% what they do. I don't know why I didn't remember that until someone said it in the comments. So I did believe if that happened, it was because of the scoliosis. Hopefully we get those. Hopefully we see that. Hopefully we will get some proof of that too. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of her lies. Let me read an email to you, and I'm just going to leave that. After that, we're done, I promise. Because this is forever and a day. I'm sorry. I could do 2-hour videos, I swear. But nobody would watch all those. This is a email that Gypsy wrote to Rod about Dee Dee. I'm going to read it from here because my eyes are bad and my glasses are in there. I often see her in my dreams as well. I've read this before, I think. She was a consistent in my life for 23 years, and my memory of her putting on her lipstick and eyeliner in the bathroom with Matchbox 20 playing the song Back to Good in the background stays as fresh in my mind as if I could just open my eyes and see her. Yes, she was very pretty at one time. And through and though, I'm assuming, she would never admit it, her life depended on it. She still loved you. I keep the good memories very close to my heart. I wish to God things would have turned out different, but I will make sure that she gets a proper memorial, not for the blank that the media knows. I'm gonna assume the crime. But for the D, my mother, that we knew, the good that she once was, that is the woman we will lay to rest and remember. I love you too, Daddy. Girl, you need to. Mm-mm-mm. One more email. Remember, I spoke about the insurance and etc. And this is why I believe Gypsy thought she was going to get that home, go back to Springfield, even if she didn't live there. I thought she was going to live there. She would have. You wouldn't convince me otherwise back then. If she would have walked away out of that jail that day, she'd have walked back in that house and lived her life. If she would have just had Nick take the entire fall and they couldn't prove anything, yeah, she would have went back to that house and took it, lived there like nothing. It says blank blank. Habitat for Humanity Restore asked to speak to someone in central office. Ask who has ownership, question mark, and can a copy of the deed be sent to me if it is in my name, Legacy Trails Subdivision. My address, blah blah blah. So why did you need that deed, Gypsy? You're gonna sell the house? Did you sell it? Did you get the money for that? I wonder who this is to, Rod, Christy. Interesting, interesting. So here's my thing. If she knew to contact Habitat for Humanity Restore and to speak to someone in central office, you don't think that she was in on the con and knew all about the workings and what to do? That's why I keep saying, as the adult, as she got older, I feel Gypsy pushed it more than Dee Dee did. You won't convince me. Look at this. Yep, you just won't convince me. And let's read this. Oh, this is a good one. Today is a bad day for me. I think this is to Ken. I don't know. I have had a interesting last few days. I had a particularly upsetting conversation with Blank today. It appears Blank is trying to snake her way um, back into Blank good favor by means of manipulating Blank into thinking she wants a truce. Do you hear this crap? In prison. Blank wants to get back at Blank and get in Blank's good favor and cause a truce with Blank. Sounds just like the panels they're on right now. Oh, Lord. Okay. Thinking she wants a truce, but wants her and Blank to do an interview about the truce. To which I gave Blank more than an earful on the matter. But that is less upsetting than what I found out was posted on YouTube. That made me physically sick. Every crime scene photo was released via Blank by proxy. Did you hear what she just said? Was released to YouTube via Blank, a name, by proxy on YouTube yesterday. The video was reported and later taken down, and even more upsetting, Dawn Brown asked Blank if she could post on, if she could post one of the never made public photos of what? Question mark, question mark, question mark. My mother's nearly cut off head? What the F is wrong with these people? Blank said no, of course, but I'm sickened by how disrespectful everyone is to me, to my mother's family. I'm just in a very bad mood and I'm pissed at everyone. You know what, Gypsy? You know what makes me sick? is that you actually did it. This chick has the audacity to sit here and say that nobody has respect for her. She's upset that these crime scene photos are going to be leaked and it's disrespectful to her. Read that again. What the F is wrong with these people? Blank said, no, of course, but I'm sickened by how disrespectful everyone is to me. What the F is wrong with you? You plotted, planned, manipulated an autistic guy who has the mind of a 10 to 12-year-old, still does, and is still in love with you, called you a murderer in the Hotel Brownie video, and has taken a secret to his grave, and wrote you a letter in prison wanting to get back together and everything would go back to just the way it was as if y'all were dating just like before the crime ever happened. Just like the good old days, he said. And you thought about it. What the F is wrong with these people? What the F is wrong with you? You killed your mother. And you want to know why? I'll say it again. That scam, I said it before, and I'll say it again. She wanted to be with the boy. She ain't getting no more big vacations, no more big old donations. She wasn't meeting celebrities anymore. Mm-mm. It's funny she researched serial KILLERS. Yeah. And she read that. You know what I think? She didn't want to be with the boy, it just went Nick. I don't ever think she wanted to leave with Nick. You'll never convince me of that. I think it was Dan she wanted to be with. She asked Nick to sleep with them the day of. Nick riding to Springfield to come save her and take her mother out. And asked to sleep with this other guy. Okay. That scamming was coming to an end. They were being investigated already. I think Social Security had even stopped. I think Gypsy knew her little cushy lifestyle was over. And this was going to give her a ton of attention, a ton of sympathy, a ton of donations. Tons! She read where there was no accessory to murder and she couldn't be charged if anything came back to her. She was so dumb that she thought no charge would come to her. She never in a million years would think they would charge her with first degree premeditated murder. Did you, Gypsy? The con had came to an end because Dee Dee was sick. I do think Gypsy pushed those cons, and that's why the more she says it was Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, what did Dee Dee get out of it, Gypsy? You got everything. Everything from it. The trips, the vacations, the celebrities, the donations, the toys, the house, the wheelchairs. Everything you wanted, you got. Swimming with dolphins. Oh my God. You had friends. You did go to school and you had schooling. The doctors put in your medical records you shouldn't attend public school. I wonder why. Again, imagine a murderer saying she's sick of how everyone disrespects her. As if you didn't disrespect Dee Dee's family by taking their daughter, sister, niece, aunt out. The lack of accountability and the audacity with this chick is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Let's not forget, she walked straight into that police department and said, I'm a good girl. I I don't do drink, I don't kill nobody, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. I don't know why I'm here. And goes in to saying, yeah, I know my boyfriend, he had some bad stuff on his computer, talking about the porn, but that's not her. She's a good girl. And then goes to tell the detective, oh, I'm not 23. I'm 19. Lying from the get-go, trying to use that same con on the cops. Because the con was coming to an end with her too. And she never thought that Nick would actually turn on her. Nope. Because you know why? He thought he was saving her. Because he loved her. And that cop told Nick, if you love Gypsy and you want to do what's best for her, you tell me the truth because she's already told us. And he was, I can't believe she told on me. I can't believe she did that. I just need to know she's okay, and crying. Gypsy, how could you do somebody that cruel? How? Anywho, well, I've kept y'all way past what I expected. My little chit chat rant. Well, Gypsy, there's a lot about to come out. I cannot wait to see the videos. If I think it was Carolina Girl that was on Reddit. It's all, if y'all haven't, go to Reddit, go to the GRBsnark Reddit, and you can get your updates there. That's what I do. And everything I get from Foyas, that's all from watching videos from the only people who have them right now. And I do go over still the photos and the interviews in the website that I've given to y'all, but we're all patiently waiting. Yes, I would love to know more too. I hope there is a docu-series, and I hope she gets busted. And every lie she's from the day she stepped out of prison. I hope that the first 100 words are her lies and the truth. Lie, truth. And it just the first 100 scenes. I'm sorry. That's what I hope for. But I wanted to read more emails, but this is way too long and it's late and I love you guys. And thank you for watching. Thank you for hyping. Thank you for liking. Again, I can't do this without y'all. If it weren't for y'all, I couldn't do this. And honestly, not when I first started, but now, if I continue to grow the way I am, I won't have to do deliveries just from the ads, because the ads on here make a huge, I mean, I probably will a little, but I won't have to go nonstop. I'll be able to do videos, and that's why I want to branch out and do a little bit more. But if there's a docu-series and all the new foyers are coming out, I can't wait. Oh, and I can't wait to see the new updated memoir that we can break down and call her out on that too. So yes, Gypsy. Gypsy's like, oh, they're just making money off of her and to pay her rent. Yeah, I'm not going to do all this work because it is a lot of work, hours and hours of work. This video, the researching wasn't as long as usual because I listened to it and then I read through most of the GRBsnark stuff just to get my point I wanted to make tonight, which is it was all the con she was worried about. That's what I think. I think she was having to take care of Dee Dee. All that conning stopped, and now she's moving into her new con. And she's looking for anybody to pick up. She's gave people these interviews. She's wanting anything to stay relevant. Anything, as you can see. So I'm more than happy to tear these apart. Anywho, I'm getting tired and I tend to get very silly and people come at me when I'm tired. So I'm going to start laughing and making stupid jokes and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I'm going to hop off here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, comment and hyping. You guys, thank you. And for the super thanks, I appreciate you because you do not have to do that either. Trust me, I know. I can't. But I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you. Even the little troll haters. Even if you're coming at me, you're still, giving me 30 seconds of watch time. That's a view. Just watch the ads. If you're trolling me, just troll me through the ads. Do me that little bit of a favor. All right, you guys, I'm getting off here. If you like this content, please, this is not my normal content. This is a quickie longie. Anywho, please like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know I'll be chit-chatting back and forth with you. Like always, I love to talk to y'all. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.